Hi everyone, Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk, and this is what I've been making today. Today it is a very quick, simple and easy card, because when you have paper that is as beautiful as this, you really don't need to do much with it. Stay with me and I'll show you what I did. Because I'm using a metallic pigment ink, I want to give it some time to dry. This is very good and it does dry quickly, but it does need a little bit of time. So the sentiment I'm using is Thinking of You This Season, and this is from Winter Woods, which is one of the stamp sets in the annual catalogue. And I'm going to begin just by inking up my sentiment very lightly and just pressing it down onto my pad. Now I can see that just and that is fine, because all I need is to use it to line up the negative that I've cut out with my what are we calling these? Beautiful bows, I think it is. So I'm just lining up the negative space of the label that I have die cut out of the beautiful bows. I think they're called beautiful bows. I'll have to look that one up. My brain is gone on holiday. So here's the positive piece. I'm going to fit that into the negative space, and I'm going to ink up my stamp again. I'm just going to press down and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take that away and have a look, and I think that is just about perfect. There you go, there you can see it there. So I'm happy with that. For my card base, I've taken some balmy blue card and I've cut it down to 11 inches by 5.5, and I've scored and folded it at 5.5, so I've got a 5.5 inch square card. And I've taken this piece of the Feels Like Frost designer series paper. This paper is so gorgeous, I can't tell you. And I've cut this down to a 5.25 inch square. And I'm going to do a little bit of sponging around the outside of the card. So I've got my balmy blue ink, and actually that one's had glue on it, so I don't want to use that one. So let's have just a common or garden sponge, and I'm starting off on my blending mat, and I'm just kind of just going around the edges. Just bringing in that colour. So I'm just creating a little vignette around the edge there, and really that doesn't need much else doing to it. At least I don't think so. I mean, that's pretty like that. I'm just going to touch that with a little bit of the balmy blue as well. Not adding any more ink to my sponge, I'm just using what was already on there. I'm just blending it out. And you will notice that the silver ink is staying put. And I promise you, it's only a few minutes since I did my stamping. So let's have a look how that looks on the front of my card. think that's rather pretty. So I've got some of this glorious metallic ribbon, and I'm going to, I hope, poke it through that little hole there and bring it back on the other side. I've cut the end of it to a very sharp angle, and yeah, it's going to fray a bit because I'm abusing it a bit, but that doesn't really matter because I'm going to cut that away. So that's going to be plenty for my purposes. I'm just going to flip that over. See, the back of this paper is just as glorious as the front. And this is low tack tape because it's what I happen to have handy. But it does mean that if I've got this in not quite the right place, then I can unstick it if I want to. Because it would be just like me to stick it down and to stick it down crookedly. I'll pull my blending mat out of the way because it is giving my camera a bad case of electronic heebie-jeebies. Right, so I'm just going to pop a dimensional under there, and I wish I'd thought of it before, but I didn't, so never mind, but that's okay. I've still got enough play that I can take the backing off the dimensionals and I can pin that down. Right, what else? Well, I've got some of this shimmery crystal effects and I haven't used it before, so let's see how it works, shall we? So I'm going to put some little spots here and there onto these flower heads, just so that it looks like they've just been touched by frost. Can you see that? Trying to get that cat to catch the light for you. Yes. I had to turn off my big overhead lamp because it was giving my computer a very bad case of not liking it. And I've just realised that I should have done that before I stuck that onto the front of my card. So oh, let's see if we can do this without getting covered in crystal effects, shall we? Yeah, I've had a bit of a rough day today crafting, and it's one of those days when it's all gone horribly wrong, and sad to say it's been my fault. So I can't really complain about it. Okay. Okay. So again, try not to put your fingers in the shimmery crystal effect, and if you do, just go back in. And you know what, folks? I'm going to call that done. And there it is, very, very quick and simple project. Now, I've happened to have just used this particular paper from the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper, but every sheet of paper in that stack is absolutely glorious. You really don't need to do much to it, and you have a beautiful card, or even you could even frame that would be a beautiful picture. So that is it for today. Hope that you've enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to click the like button, leave me a comment, come back and see me again sometime soon, why don't you? But for now, thank you very much for joining me, and I'd love to see you again sometime soon. Bye bye.